This is a disaster for the Chicago Bulls when it comes to the negotiation tactics with Josh Giddey. And I believe it will bite them in the behind, if not today, but maybe in the future. Hi, I'm Shaq Barnes here with another great episode of Bulls Digest, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls. I also noticed that 67% of you guys have been watching the channel and have not subscribed. Treat it like the Bulls intro and run right through that subscribe button. You know how I do my videos. I don't like to waste you guys' time. Let's get right into the news. The Bulls' absolute worst nightmare with Josh Giddey already came true for the Utah Jazz. Hopefully, Josh Giddey doesn't become Gordon Hayward, or at least off the court. And I see this, and I instantly got a flashback of what happened with the Utah Jazz. And it's playing play-by-play situation with Josh Giddey and the Chicago Bulls. I digress. We're going to deep dive more. So do you guys remember when Gordon Hayward was with the Utah Jazz, right? When he first wanted his contract, it was the same thing going on with him. When it was a standoff, he wanted a certain number. The Utah Jazz did not want to give him that number. End up, I think another team, was it the Hornets, gave him an offer. The Utah Jazz matched. And when the Utah Jazz matched, he went back to Utah, balled out, became a way better player, played better than expected, played the better way he thought he was. And then when free agency was up, deuces. And I feel like this will be the same thing that will happen to the Chicago Bulls when it comes to Josh Giddey. I believe Josh Giddey is they going to end up meeting in the middle of meeting to a number that he don't want, or a team going to offer him something the Bulls going to match. And Josh Giddey is going to become the player that he thought he was. And when he gets ball out, he's just going to leave, because all the news saying, oh, yeah, it's been great, even though they got to stand off from the numbers. You don't think these players get emotional? You don't think these players got egos? You don't think his agent saying, hey, remember how they did you during that in negotiation table? Oh, look at this. Boston has an offer for you with the money you want. It's like $2 million more than Chicago, but do you remember what they did to you on that negotiation table? Oh, this is a better situation. I'm gonna take less money to go over here, and that things like that can happen. I digress. Let's go. It says the Utah Jazz alienated their franchise star Gordon Hayward by slow playing his restricted free agency. The Bulls are playing the same dangerous game by dragging out extension talks with Josh Giddey. Chicago's floor general was hoping to land a long-term deal worth $30 million annually when he arrived in the winning city last offseason. Given that he was just acquired for Oklahoma City Thunder and hadn't played a game for the franchise, it was right for the Chicago Bulls to take a wait-and-see approach with the new contract, which is understandable. But you got to remember, we gave up Alex Caruso for this guy. We gave up a key player. Then when we had Josh Giddey, he was looking 50-50 in the beginning of the season, but we still had Zach Lavine and all the other guys who the offense and the team ran through him. Then the second half of the season, we got rid of that. Hey, Josh Giddey, this your chance. He looked like a star. And if you have been watching videos on this channel, or when I have made videos, I have been saying this from day one. The Bulls want to give him 20. Josh Giddey wants 30. Let's meet in the middle, 23 to 25, 26 million, and add incentives to the contract. So if he want his 30, he got to go out there and produce for the 30. And 25 for what Josh Giddey possibly could produce, even at a minimum, is not a bad deal. So 24.5 million, add some incentives, maybe the incentives get him to 28, 27 million. I think he would be happy. And the Bulls would be happy when you're not overpaying them. I thought that should have been the sign, seal, wipe your hands, deliver type of contract deal. But I guess the Bulls didn't want to do that. Okay, but sorry about that. When it comes to the Gordon Hayward point, I want to give you a quote from Gordon Hayward himself saying why he left Utah when he left Utah. He said, as a player, you're sitting there thinking, like, what the hell? You look at all these other players where teams are like, he's our guy. Howard explained, like, we're going to give him the max, blah, blah, blah. And I got to go out and get one? Like, do you not believe in me? Do you not feel like I'm the guy for you? And when he said this, he had to go find him a max contract, end up the Jazz match. Then when he finished out his contract and became an unrestricted free agent, he remembered how Utah did him at the negotiation table, and then he left and went to Boston. That's what happened with Gordon Hayward, and I feel like the Bulls are playing the same dangerous game. And they said Josh Giddey is too valuable for the Chicago Bulls to be disgruntled. Howard didn't get his rookie scale extension from the Jazz. He got a qualified offer before signing a 4-year maximum offer sheet from the Charlotte Hornets. Utah matched it, and the former Butler University star stayed in Salt Lake City. When he hit unrestricted free agency 3 years later, he admitted to ESPN with the quote I just showed you to NBA insider Adrian Wojnarowski that his restricted free agency experience with the Jazz played a role in his departure. So if the Chicago Bulls keep playing this dangerous game, yeah, Josh Giddey gonna play this role like, oh no, fam, I don't feel a certain way. It's just the business of basketball. He's lying. He's lying. So when Josh Giddey take whatever little contract the Bulls give him, he gonna probably do a 2-year, 3-year deal with 2 years, and the third year with a player option where he can become a restricted free agent. He's gonna ball out, still be young, and then he's gonna leave from Chicago because I won't say his ego. He's gonna feel the way how they handle the negotiation process. Right now he's trying to get his money. So he is not gonna be like, oh, I feel a certain way, I'm so disgruntled. No, he won't. He's trying to get somewhat money. But when the ball is in his court, and Chicago will be like, hey, come back, Josh Giddey, Mr. Almost Triple-Double or Mr. Triple-Double. You're the star guy of our franchise. He might feel a way and say, you know what, I'm okay. I'm going to go out west to L.A. Or I'm going to go to the Clippers. Or I'm going to go to Denver. Where I might get a little bit less money, but hey, I feel like a star here. And it can happen. So I think the Chicago Bulls are playing a very dangerous game with Josh Giddey. I just think we need to stop all this nonsense now at some point because it's getting to the late end of the season. Now we're getting to a point where teams who at first wasn't interested in Josh Giddey now, but now they looking at their roster like the Golden State Warriors, like, man, we don't really got our roster fill out. Hey, let's just add a piece or two. This around free agency where people just adding people to the team, maybe to use them for trade assets later or just to fill out the roster. So now, what's going on with Josh Giddey? You guys not trying to pay him. Look, we'll take him. It is what it is. We'll take. So, and now Josh Giddey seeing that, and now teams hollering Josh Giddey, hey, look, we would never do Josh Giddey like that. Even if they know they're gonna do the same thing. But that's all a guy need to hear. And deuces. That's what's gonna happen. It's easy to imagine Josh Giddey feeling the same way as negotiating with the Bulls, extended past the 2-month mark, which it has been 2 months. He had a career year in his first season with the franchise. Is only 22 years old and proved himself to be a crucial part of the Chicago organizational direction. Yeah, I 100% agree with this because Billy Donovan's style of play and how he wants to play fast, up and down pace, Josh Giddey fits that dynamic perfectly. And he makes the Bulls more dangerous because with his rebounding ability, he's the point guard. So now you got the guy who can rebound, and you got the guy with the ball in his hands to push the pace so he don't have to get the rebound, pass it to Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey get the rebound, boom, run the court. Oh, Monty Buzelis, I see you down. Boom, dunk. So he fits what the Chicago Bulls want to do. And I still stand on my stance of let's meet in the middle ground, which it says right here, let's meet in the middle ground. Let's cut all this because it's too much now. We got to have a direction at some point. I get you only want to get Josh Giddey 20. That's understandable. Josh Giddey, I get it that you want 30. That is understandable. I think both of them is illogical for both sides. I think Josh Giddey is worth more than $20 million per year with what he's going to be able to do with the Chicago Bulls. And I also think he hasn't done enough to get 30. Let's meet in the middle, 24.5 million a season. Add some incentives. Get that 3-point shooting percentage up. Let's not have high turnovers. Let's get to the playoffs. Add stuff like that. That's how you get your money. That's it. Now, the Bulls don't look as bad to him. And Josh Giddey don't look as bad to the Bulls way. It's like you're trying to be greedy. Because it's like, hey, you didn't earn it. You ain't earn enough yet. We only got a half a season of it. And the Bulls got to stop using Patrick Williams as the excuse to not pay everybody, because you should have let Patrick Williams hit the market and see what people is going to pay him first. At the end of the day, Josh Giddey fits what our team needs. Period. That's not Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams got his contract. It's over with. You paid Zach. You paid DeMar. Let's get out. Let's get out of that era. Let's get out of that mindset. Let's move. We handle the business of basketball, but now it's getting to a point where you don't want your future star disgruntled. And he'll play his role now, but when he's an unrestricted free agent and the power is in his hands, we will be at the bad end. We will have the bad end of the stick. That's the best way I can say that. But let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think the Bulls are playing a dangerous game by prolonging this Josh Giddey negotiation? Or do you think they handle it the right way? Comment down below. It's been Shaq Barnes, another great episode of Bulls Digest, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.